All right, today we're going to talk about recliners, why they're broken, where we go. Biggest question we get is, hey, my recliner broke, what do I do now? So we're going to try and help you troubleshoot, understand a little bit what's going on here, see if we can help you understand. So first thing we want to help you understand is really, when we look at a power recliner, sometimes we look at this one. This one actually has power headrest and it has power recline, and those are really it. But it sounds like, hey, that's really complicated. How am I going to know how to fix this? It's not. We want to simplify it for you. So basically, here's what happens in this setup here. Inside this chair, we have a power supply, right? This power supply right here that then plugs in. It's going to go in. It actually plugs into what's called the base motor, which is this motor right here. This is the base motor that operates the foot and the back. Up here in the top, we have a little tiny power headrest motor. It's another motor, looks just like this. And then here on the side, the thing that controls it is this button control. Like I said, it has power recline and power headrest. This one also has USB, but those are really the only 4 electrical components in this chair. So if your chair breaks, it's got to be one of these things. So as hard and complicated as that is, we then have to try and figure out, okay, which one is it? So we're going to help you try and figure that out. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to start with the power supply. So the power supply, this guy plugged into your wall. In this case, it's plugged into a surge protector, which is always a good idea. In case of a power outage, if you put it in a surge protector, it's going to protect your button, your motors from, excess voltage, so it doesn't blow them out. So we always recommend, if you can put it into a surge protector, we recommend that. But here it is plugged into the surge protector. This one has a little light on it. A lot of the power supplies that we sell have a little light. It's a good indicator. This one, it's green. Green usually means it's working and good. However, that's not always the case. Most of these power supplies here need to provide at least 28 or 29 volts to be able to sufficiently power your recliner. So sometimes the green light's on. That doesn't always mean that it's fully working. We're going to show you how to test that on a voltmeter today so that you know exactly, hey, is mine really working or is it not? But that's usually the place to start. I usually say power supply is the place to start. The next thing is either going to be the button control or a remote control. If you have a remote, that's probably the next thing that goes out. The motors actually last really, really long. It's usually not the motors, although it definitely can be. But that would be the last thing we would try. The power headrest motor, the least likely to go out just because it's not used as much, doesn't have as much force on it. But the base motor for sure it does. And we're going to try and show you how you know what motor you have, and also what button and remote you have, and then how we know if the power supply is good. So we'll show you how that's going to be done.